I wasn't going to vlog. And then Mark made me laugh. He reminded me I'd been watching telly. I was sitting slumped in front of location, location, location. I watched a couple of episodes and had forgotten until he came through and we decided to come down and do the chickens. I'd forgotten that I'd caught a glimpse of Nigel Farage is going to stand for the election in Clacton. And I just think he's such a the word was there just before I said it, and now it's fucked off. I can't believe it. Um, he said he wasn't going to stand. Yeah, I'm not going to stand. I mean, I haven't watched because I can't bear him. But he said he wasn't going to stand, and now he is going to stand. And it's all about waiting for somebody to plead with him or ask him to stand, and he'll do it. What is that word that went out of my head? That is so irritating. Um, so yeah, so apparently, and again, I haven't looked properly, so this is all in my head. 50p Lee, 50p Lee has stood down as leader of the Reform Party, and Nigel Farage is now the leader of the Reform Party. And I'm thinking, oh my God. And it also made me laugh because I was thinking, if 50p Lee has got kids, imagine. I mean, they probably won't because when you've been brought up in that sort of environment, you go along with it. A bit like Trump's kids, really. You don't actually see what other people see from the outside. But imagine that being your dad's legacy, 50p Lee. The other thing I hadn't realised was, until I was watching something on YouTube today, was because I didn't really watch it on the news, and I've seen glimpses of it since, was when Sunak announced the election outside Number 10 in the pouring rain. I didn't understand at the time when I'd seen it that why Things Will Only Get Better was playing in the background, and I watched something today and realised it was Stephen Bray with his great big music box playing it in the distance. Now, the thing I was watching on YouTube, I'm not sure whether they carted Stephen Bray off again, or whether they just faded it out on what I was watching, but it was him that was playing it. That's because I think the reason I'm not in touch is that, along with other things that I stopped doing probably 2 months ago, was it might have been longer. I left Twitter, but I also moved away from anything that was causing me was just not constructive, not nourishing for me. Moved away from that, so I moved away from Twitter. So I might go back actually. I might go back because I'm really interested in the election, and also started watching last night stuff about the European election for European Parliament, and that's also very interesting because there's going to be a shift to the right. That's what they're suggesting. There's going to be a shift to the right, and those elections start this weekend. I think we haven't got a polling card yet, but I hope we will do. Well, if we don't, I shall be knocking on the door of the Mairie on Friday. Where's my polling card? So starting to watch that and start to absorb what I need to of that to make sure I vote the best I can, because I don't want to live. And this is the problem is that if the UK go right or left, or don't know how much more right they can go, and probably, I don't know, reform must be very right. But it's not just, but it's the UK. It's whatever. If there's a shift to the right in Europe, it's the whole of Europe. It's much bigger and for me much more worrying. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. But yeah, I thought to myself, 50p Lee, let that be on his gravestone. It's like not much of a legacy, is it? And as for Farage, opportunist, that was the word I was looking for. He's a fucking opportunist. And I think early on, a week ago, he was talking about America, and that he's more interested in what's going on in America. I'm sure he was hopeful that Trump would want him to come and work for him. Mark got sucked in the other day, and regretfully, he was down watching telly. I don't know what he was watching, but he was watching something. It came on. It was on. I think it was on the news. Something called the Truth Festival, and it's really got to him. It's really um, not worried him, but it's caused him discomfort and anxiety, not anxiety, low level anxiety about how awful it is that so many people are so sucked into this whole. I'm going to say conspiracy. People don't like it being called conspiracy, but are sucked into this whole conspiracy, thinking that people are conspiring against them. It's very worrying, and I think he found it quite worrying. And Katie Hopkins was on it. It's like, if Katie Hopkins is on anything, walk away, because she's fucked. I'm sure she's brain damaged. She has really major. I didn't even know she was alive. She doesn't come up in my bubble. Must have major brain injury after the epilepsy that she suffers with major epileptic fits overnight. There's something very wrong with that woman. And if you're following her, fuck, is all I can say. Uh, what have we done? I was meant to go and get my hair done today, but I wasn't feeling that well last night and didn't fancy risking it going out this morning, so I didn't go. I'm going towards the end of the month. I had therapy this afternoon. It's my last, but I've got two more, and then I'm going to stop. So we haven't done a lot. Mark didn't do he's done the car. He's been fiddling around with the car, cleaning it. I think he was going to put polish on it. So had a nice, enjoyable afternoon. I managed to persuade him not to come out into the sun and do it, because he stands with the car out in the sun. But he actually stayed under the carport, which was good. So yeah, so that's what we've done. Not really. We haven't gone out. We've not opened the gates. And we're going out. We've got art in the morning, Tuesday, but we've got art in the morning. Because Cleo can't do art on Thursday, so we're doing tomorrow morning, so that'd be nice. And I've got to go in now and sort out what I'm going to do in art, because I haven't chosen a model yet. I've got an egg. Somebody dropped it somewhere. Oh, I'll just put this here. Oh, and I've got a black broody. So Mrs. Hopalong is still in the cage. When I went down and let them out this morning, the black hen was in the corner, but at that time of day they can be laying eggs. And we've just gone down and she's still in the corner, and she's the one that does not want me to pick her up, so she's quite aggressive. I've got sleeves. I pulled my sleeves down, but she's quite strong. She's big, and I had a job holding her, but underneath her were two eggs, so she's in the cage now. It's it's constant, but actually that cage is so good because it's there, so I can just like, okay, in the cage with you. Um, it's really handy having that there. I need to be able to move it at some point and have a clean underneath, but at the moment I can't do that. Okay, what's that? 8 minutes. Most of it about the election. I haven't spoken about that. Haven't ranted about it. Um, but yeah, I don't think did I rant? I might have ranted a bit. I don't know. Whatever. Bye.